Hey, strangers, welcome in to the Real Show podcast with Jose Partida, 10-minute conversations. We didn't do one last week because we were doing an actual podcast called Lunch. It was a real life podcast in person. If you didn't get the invite, it was because it was closed. That's why. A lot of people were asking, like, hey, when are we going to do a podcast lunch? I don't know. Probably not. Probably never. Who knows? I don't know. But we were actually having lunch last week for the first time in a year and a half, which was nice.
Yeah, the last time I saw you was like your last day at Gao, like over a year ago now, when you didn't want to do the floor's lava with me.
Was that the last time we saw each other?
Yeah, it was.
Dang. I came back
Oh, no,
a few
actually,
times.
no, you came back a few times
Yeah.
to
I
pick
had
up
to
some
drop off
stuff.
stuff because they're like, hey, you forgot to return this pen. Can you come drop this off? I was like, oh, okay. Yes,
Hey,
here
you
you go.
forgot your corporate computer. You kept the laptop.
Yeah, I actually kept the laptop. That's
I
why.
know you did.
It's all good. So yeah, we had a lunch. We went to Miko's, which was on our list of the best restaurants you got to eat at in the city of Houston. Awesome. They did change up their menu a little bit. It's not as big anymore. Like the animal fries are half the order, which kind of
the
sucks.
portions.
Yeah, their portions are a little different now, but they are thriving and they're great people, so we're happy for them. And it was good. It was good getting out there and just being together with Josh, who's part of the Twitter / producer of the podcast kind of deal. So yeah, it was cool, man. So we had a good time. Today's topic, you probably already saw the topic. If you're listening on audio, you saw it in the title. If you're watching on YouTube, you already saw it. But we'll set it up. It's which fictional TV characters would you never lend $100 to? Okay. And you can define it however you want. So I'm going to let you define yours and then we'll start the clock. Okay. 10 minutes. That's all we have. Define what this question means to you.
So my definition is pretty simple. Who would I not trust to ever return that money to me? Who is so shady that I would just know that if I gave them the money, it would be more of a donation than lending them the money.
Okay.
So that's how I defined mine, by people who I absolutely would not trust and who showed me several times throughout the course of whatever show they were on that I can't trust them.
Okay. See, my definition is going to be similar to that, right? Like the backbone of the definition is what you said, but then I add the layer of I will never talk to this person again because he burned me, right? So like I'm losing a friend as well on top of this. So like I'm going to be bummed that this guy is no longer in my life or this woman is no longer in my life because they burned me for $100, which is fine. Like, look, it's $100. Okay. It's $100. It's a lot of money still, but it's enough to where you go, if I don't get it back, it's okay. But now I lost somebody else because now I'm mad at them forever. So that's my definition of it. So we're going to start the list.
We have different ones.
We have different definitions. I'll let you go first. Ready, set, go.
My first one's pretty simple. He was the first person I thought of when I thought of this prompt. John Ralphio from Parks and Recreations.
That's a great one.
Not only is he a terrible and just absurdly annoying person, he burns Tom several times, who was his business partner, his friend. He robs him of money. He then gets his dad to sue him for that consignment kids shop that they do. John Ralphio is without a doubt someone who I would never, under any circumstance, I don't care how broken, how much he's going through, that I would lend John Ralphio $100. No chance in hell.
That's a great one. I was going through the Parks and Recs roster, and he was the only one that I came up with. Because there's a lot of characters in there that are selfish.
Yeah,
but they're not going to burn you. It looks like, except for him.
Jeremy Jam was definitely going to burn you.
I'm not counting him.
You're only counting the main cast?
I'm counting the ones that the true main cast.
The ones who work in the Parks and Rec department.
Yeah. Like a politician, of course, is going to burn you. Like that's just part of it. So that's a good one. Ralphio's a good one to start with. I'm going to go back a little bit, okay?
Would Andy Dwyer burn you?
Ooh.
Sorry, before we move on from Parks and Rec. Because Parks and Rec has a bunch of people. Would he? I'm asking you.
I don't think he would.
I think he would.
Why?
I think he'd try to repay you with like something else.
He wouldn't like ignore you or ghost you and never pay you back. He would try to do so. You're right. He would try to get you the money back, but he would fail.
No, I don't even think that. I think he'd try to like play music for you for what he deems $100 worthy. or something like that, or like give
Okay.
you like $100 worth of mouse rat T-shirts.
Okay, so see, in your definition, you'd be like, "Oh, dude, where's my money?" In my
Yeah,
definition, I'd be like, "At least he's trying. He's okay. I'm not losing a friend in all of this because he's trying to get me the money back somehow, some way, whether it is with actual money or with a performance." Okay, so different definitions. That works out. I'm
All right,
gonna
what's
go.
yours?
I'm going first one with Saved by the Bell. I'm heading to that old school show, which I don't think you watch too much of,
No.
right? Okay, so I'm going with Zach Morris. And the reason I'm picking Zach Morris is that dude is the most selfish character in top three, or maybe even most selfish character in the history of television. So I think Zach
History of
Morris would,
television.
yeah. Zach Morris is super, super selfish. And he puts himself above anything else. It doesn't matter. He doesn't care about his friends as much as people think. So I'm putting Zach Morris because I know I'm never getting the money back. He's going to scam me. He's going to try to do something else and just ignore me because he's the coolest guy in school. So he's not. It doesn't matter. So I'm going Zach Morris for my first one.
All right, I'm following that up with Francis from Malcolm in the Middle.
Ooh.
Not sure how much of Malcolm in the Middle you watched. He's the older brother who is in
Mm-hmm.
military school because he is just a freaking delinquent and will always constantly get into trouble, is always scamming his own parents. So I'm going with Francis. If I was friends with Francis, I would never give him $100
Yeah.
because
He's
he's
never
going
gonna
to
pay you
burn my
back.
house down
Yeah. Yeah. I
before he gives
remember.
me $100.
I don't remember all the references from that show because it's been 14 years since I watched it. But I do remember Francis being a total D head. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's a good one. That's a really good one. I'm gonna go with a character that I love, and he's so great, but he is one of the biggest scammy dudes out there.
oh
I'm
no.
going Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Right? He's never gonna pay you back $100. Okay, but he's so loyal, which I'm torn on. He's a super loyal person, but he burned his best friends. Right? So he's definitely
I
gonna
think
burn you.
much like how we just talked about Andy Dwyer, I think he would try to find a different way to pay you back,
Mm-hmm.
but it won't ever like actually make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what he'd do, but he'd try to find like a scammy way to try to get you your $100 back,
Yeah.
or as far as he's concerned, quote unquote, pay you back.
And you're gonna be part of the scam unknowingly. So
Yes.
you're gonna go down. You're gonna
So
go down for the scam. He won't, but you will. So that's why I'm putting Saul Goodman because
God,
that
what a show.
$100 is gonna end up. It's gonna end.
It's gonna
It's gonna
cost you
end
your
up with
freedom.
you. Yeah, freedom, your life. You're gonna end up in a desert somewhere because you have to pay back some drug cartel members now. It would just be the wildest ride, man. Saul Goodman, he's a great loyal friend though. That's the hard part because he's so loyal, but he'll burn you at the same time. So I
He's
don't
gonna
get it.
no, he's gonna
Yeah,
freaking burn you.
yeah, he's gonna burn you. So that's mine. I'm going with him.
All right, for my third one, I think you're gonna like this one. It's a show you and Cody Suits put me on. I'm going with Baby Billy Freeman from The Righteous
Ooh,
Gemstones.
it's great. I didn't even put him on my list. That's a
Skipper
great one.
Alert 101. Not only is he a televangelist, which that's a known thing on his own, but he literally knowingly steals millions of dollars. Well, maybe it wasn't millions. I should categorize that better. I don't remember the exact amount. It's time for a rewatch of The Righteous Gemstones, by the way. But he knowingly steals money from his family. So
Yeah,
Baby Billy Freeman is 100% on the list for me.
that's a
I just
great
would
one.
not trust him under any circumstance.
I wish more people watch that show. I think I say that every time we reference
Such a
The
good
Righteous
show, yeah.
Gemstones. It is such an absurd and truthful show that it just needs to be more part of the pop culture lexicon that we have, like
You
the
know
references
how
from there.
the whole thing of like, oh, give it a few episodes. You'll no, you do
No,
not need to. You do not need to give the Righteous Gemstones a few episodes.
I love that one. That's a great one. That's a really good one. On the opposite side of that one, what's the friend of the young brother? I'm
Kiefer
forget
is I think
Kiefer.
Kiefer's his name.
Yeah, Kiefer would be the best guy to lend $100 to, right?
I
Like
don't
he
know
would
you.
be.
I don't know if you'd get it back, but he'd feel tremendously awful about taking money
Yeah,
from you. That
you
he'd
would get. He would never
like how
leave you.
yeah, like how Andy would find a crappy way to pay you back. Kiefer
Yeah,
would go above and beyond a way to pay you back.
man. Okay, I'm
He
gonna
might show
go.
you his private parts on accident, but
Yeah,
he'd pay you back.
the T-shirt scene is so. That was one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen on television. Okay, I've got a great one here for you. It's a simple one. I can't believe you didn't pick this one earlier. I'm going to South Park. Eric Cartman.
Oh yes, Eric
Cartman
Cartman
would
was
be
actually the last person on my list.
Cartman
Hell
would be
no.
terrible to lend $100 to. You would never trust that guy. He would end up taking like $500 from you.
I actually was thinking I wanted to include someone from South Park, and to me it was either Eric or Randy Marsh.
Yeah.
Randy
Oh,
Marsh would
Randy.
find something just absurdly stupid to do with your $100. Like you wouldn't even desperately need it. He just need it to do
Yeah.
something stupid.
Just because he doesn't want to put up his own $100.
Yes.
It's so stupid. Yes, absolutely. That's a great one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eric Cartman would be freaking awful. Do we have time for
Okay.
more?
Yeah. Yeah. We got about 2 minutes left.
We have to talk about The Office. It has to be,
Yes.
if we're going to talk about The Office, to be, it has to be Creed. Creed Bratton. Solely because he's an enigma who I would obviously feel really uncomfortable working with in the first place. But I would know, like, if I give him $100, not only am I not getting my money back, I might end up dead.
Yes. Creed is the logical one here. And since you brought up The Office, who's the most memorable character from The Office for you? Because I think it's Creed.
It might be Kevin for me.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, like it. If you want to be a front runner, it's Jim or Michael Scott, but it might be Kevin for me from the
Yeah.
ensemble.
Dwight would be up there as well for a lot
Yeah,
of people. I just think Creed, every scene he's in, he steals it. It's incredible. Okay, Creed's a good one. Creed's a really good. Anybody else from The Office that you would put up there? Because I think Michael Scott would actually pay you back somehow, some way. It would take
you'd have to
forever.
pester him. Yeah, you'd have
Yeah,
to
it would
pester
take
him.
forever, but he will. He's gonna return you with so much friendship as well. So I don't know. Pam, Pam might just blow it on art supplies and never pay you back.
God, what's the name of the warehouse manager? I can't remember his name.
Daryl,
I feel like Daryl would like bully you into not having to pay you back.
yeah, he'd talk you out of it.
Yeah.
Like you don't. I don't want to pay you back. Why should I pay you back? Okay, I'm gonna go real quickly since we have less than about a minute left. I've got the entire cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia on my list. They are all scumbags. There's not one
Yeah.
redeeming character in there that's going to pay you back. They will all screw you out of money. So I'm putting the entire cast of Always Sunny, and I need to rewatch the show from beginning to end. My wife and I always talk about it like that's our next big TV project is just start the whole thing again. Because we ejected after like season 7 or 8 because it just got so, there's just so many episodes. But yeah, I'm going to put that one in there. Anything else
That's a
on
good
your
one.
list?
No, that's essentially the full list of mine that I came up with.
I'm gonna throw one more in there for you. This is the B side here. I don't think you watched the show Friday Night Lights on
Oh
NBC.
yeah,
Did you? You did.
of
Okay.
course.
I'm going Billy Riggins, Tim Riggins' brother. Billy
No, but
Riggins.
Billy takes the fall for Tim.
In the end, he does, but he did a lot of scummy stuff leading up to that.
I
That
mean,
was
yeah, the
his
whole
one
chop shop
redeeming
thing was
quality.
his.
Yeah.
The whole chop shop
Yeah.
thing was his idea. No, actually, no, I'm
Exactly.
lying. Tim took the
Tim
fall for
Tim
Billy.
got Tim took the
Tim
fall
would,
for Billy because
yeah,
Billy had
cause
the kid. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Tim
Yeah.
Riggins, I would let
Tim Riggins,
the
I would let him give. I would give my whole house to because he'll always like he'll just be your man forever. But Billy Riggins is the total scumbag of the brothers.
I
So
would not let Buddy Garrity borrow $100 either
no,
while we're
that's a
on the
good one.
subject of
Buddy
the show.
Garrity's a really good one. Buddy Garrity's a good one. And then Coach Taylor's daughter would probably just blow it on
Jules,
drugs. Yeah, Jules will blow it on drugs or something because she's going through something and she just doesn't want to deal with it. Jules is
remember
one.
the episode? And I think it's in like it's in season 2 when that they had that terrible season where the mom slaps Jules, and it's like a whole thing. Like it's supposed to be like, oh my gosh, she slapped her. Like it's supposed to be like the most dramatic thing ever
Yeah.
because she slapped her.
And everybody's like, good. You should have slapped her about
Yes,
5 years
damn
ago.
time you slapped her.
Yeah. Everybody was waiting for you to slap her. Okay, those are the TV characters we would never lend $100 to. Let us know what you think. You can join the conversation on Twitter at @the_reheal, at wake up Mr. at wake up. I forgot it. At wake
Wake
up
up,
Mr.
Mr.
Partita.
Partita.
There you go. And then also on Instagram, Jose is cool with you guys tagging and responding on Instagram. Same handle, right? At Wake Up
Yep,
Mr. Partita on
same handle
Instagram.
on both.
And mine is at Raheel Doing Things on Instagram. Thank you so much for listening. Please share the show, whether it be on the audio side or on YouTube. We appreciate it and join the conversation. Like I said, we'll be back at some point with another 10-minute conversation.
Stay spicy.